Good morning everybody. How are you? कैसे आप लोग? Is everybody happy as well as safe at your homes? My dear students, today, that is on 2nd October 2020. Today in our 12th business studies lecture, chapter number 9, chapter number 9. Dear students, I have started in your last lecture, in our last video lecture, I had started part B of your 12th business studies. Part B, that is financial management and marketing. And in this, I had started your chapter number 9, that is financial management. Financial management. Financial management, this chapter I had started. Dear students, in that last video lecture, I had discussed with you the concept of financial management. I hope you have better understood the concept of financial management. Today, in this video lecture, we are going to learn the next topic, that is role of financial management. Role of financial management. Role of financial management. Financial management. Dear students, as I told you just now in the last lecture, the concept of financial management was discussed. So, in the same chapter, that is chapter number 9, financial management, after discussing the concept of management, today we are going to discuss the role of financial management. Dear students, role of financial management means what? First of all, think this question in your mind, that what will be the role of financial management? As while learning the concept of management, financial management, we have already discussed that finance is just like a lifeblood of any business organization. Finance is like a engine. Finance is like a backbone. So, dear students, the role of financial management is a very vital role in any business organization. If finance is managed properly, then that organization will be a successful organization. And if there is a mismanagement, means finance is not managed properly, so either it is a big or it is small organization, I mean to say large or small organization, it will be collapse. So what is the conclusion? That in any organization, either it is large or small organization, finance or financial management, it plays a very vital role. The same role of the financial management we have to study today, that how the role of financial management. We will cover a number of points, and with the help of these points we will try to understand the role of financial management. In the series of different points through which we are going to understand, through which we are going to learn the role of financial management. So I am starting with the first point, that is determination of fixed assets. Determination of fixed assets. Dear students, as I use sometimes a green board or sometimes I use a white board also. So many a times it may happen that due to reflection, that visibility may not be sometimes that much clear. So my suggestion is to all of you that don't worry about that, because whatever I have been writing on the board, I have been reading it loudly at least twice or thrice. So you just concentrate upon my voice, everything will be clear for you. So first the point is determination of fixed assets. Dear students, determination of fixed assets. You know fixed assets, land and building, plant and machinery, all these are fixed assets. Dear students, how much finance should be invested in fixed assets? That will be determined, as our heading is determination of fixed assets. So I am telling you that how much finance, or we can say that how much capital should be employed, should be invested in fixed assets, that will be decided in capital budgeting. In capital budgeting. Now the question is, what does this mean, capital budgeting? Capital budgeting is nothing but plan of the capital, calculations of the capital, deciding, or we can say that taking decisions about the capital investment, or we can say that capital how much capital should be employed. So that plan, that decision taken is called as capital budgeting. So suppose in capital budgeting, the company has decided that they are going to employ rupees 500 crore in fixed assets. In capital budgeting, it is decided that the company is going to invest, or we can say that going to employ rupees of 500 crore in fixed assets. So it means what? Now there will be inflow. There will be inflow, or there will be increase of rupees 500 crore in the business. Increase of the rupees 500 crore in the fixed assets. Since the decision is taken that the company is going to invest rupees 500 crore in fixed assets. So due to this decision, or we can say that which was decided in capital budgeting, so because of this there will be increase of fixed assets by rupees 500 crore. 500 crores of fixed assets. Dear students, as this point is clear now, that determination of fixed assets. I told you that over here the decision will be taken, or the company will determine about the investment should be made in fixed assets, and that decision is taken in capital budgeting. I gave you example that suppose in capital budgeting it is decided that they are going to invest rupees 500 crores in fixed assets. It means what? There will be increase of fixed assets by 500 crores of rupees. Dear students, next one which we are going to discuss is second one, that determination of current assets. Determination of current assets. As I told you over here in the first point about fixed assets, so afterwards the next number is of current assets, because we need both, we require both in business or in companies, not only fixed assets but for running the company, for day-to-day operations of the company, current assets are required. Dear students, current assets are needed in the day-to-day transactions of the business under financial management. Now, over here, the decision will be taken that how much should be there in cash, how much should be there in stock, and how much should be there in debtors, etc. All these decisions will be taken, because as I told you that cash or stock or debtors, all these are the examples of your current assets. So these decisions will be taken over here that how much will be kept as cash in the business, how much will be invested in the stock, means of how much rupees, of how many rupees the stock will be kept at a time, or what about the debtors. These all decisions will be taken by the management. The total investment in current assets and every separate current asset is determined. So, like this, we finished this second point also. The first point, we discussed determination of fixed assets. Second one, determination of current assets. By the way, what we are learning today? Today, in our chapter number 9, that is financial management of your business studies, we have started the topic that is which one? Which topic we have started today? Role of financial management. And as I told you that the role of financial management we will discuss with the help of following points. So I have started the points, and so far I have discussed 2 points. First one I discussed with you people, determination of fixed assets, and second one I just completed, that is a determination of current assets. Now the third one is determination of the proportion of long term as well as short term finance, or we can say that capital. First let me rub this and then we will discuss the third one. Third point. So first 2 points are clear to all of you. By the way, dear students, by sitting at home, I hope that everybody is watching the videos again and again, plus you are doing writing practice at your home, because as I had told you earlier also, few days are remaining. Okay, today is 2nd October and we are about to finish this year also. October, November and December year finish. Then your exams, board exams, just after 1 month in the next year. So don't say next year, say just a few months. Then you will feel the seriousness of your studies. Anyway, next point, third one, that is determination of long term and short term finance. Determination of long term and short term finance. As I told you earlier that many a times it may happen, as it is a whiteboard, so due to reflection, whatever I am writing on board, it may not be that much so clear. So don't worry about that, because as I told you, whatever I am writing on the board, I have been repeating it. Okay, so don't worry. My dear students, all the financial needs of business are fulfilled through long term and short term finance. Over here, the decision will be taken, because heading is like this: determination of long term and short term finance. Over here, the decision will be taken about long term as well as short term finance. My dear students, long-term finance, short-term finance. So as you should know that what can be the needs of long-term finance as well as what can be the need of short-term finance. Those needs you should know. Long-term finance means such finance, such capital, such funds which are required for longer period of time, say about more than 10 to 15 years. When we say that short-term finance, so short-term finance, it can vary from 1 year to 3 years or 5 years, like this, as per need, as per requirements of the company. Dear students, this proper balancing should be there about long-term and short-term finances. One thing. The other thing is that the main factor which plays a very vital role, a very important role over here in case of determining, or we can say that in case of taking decisions about long-term and short-term finance, that is a cost factor. This cost factor plays a very important role. More cost shall have to be borne, means what? Therefore, if there is a more liquidity is required. Liquidity, this concept you must have heard earlier also. Liquidity. Are you getting me? सबका ध्यान है बराबर? यस एवरीबॉडी, सब लोग सुन रहे हैं बराबर? या फिर ऐसे ही हल्ले डुल्ले महात्मा फूले? हाँ, सुन रहे बराबर क्या बोल रहा हूं? थोड़ा जागो, उठो जरा. अटेंशन, बी अटेंटिव. ओके, आई एम डिस्कसिंग ओवर हियर determination of long-term and short-term finance, and I was talking to you that this long-term and short-term finance, while taking the decision about the long-term and short-term finance, this cost factor plays a very vital role, very important role. If the company needs more liquidity, if the company needs more liquidity, now the question is what is liquidity? Same thing I had asked you that you must have heard about the liquidity earlier also. Liquidity means what? There should be availability of capital or funds for making payments. For making payments, that is called as liquidity. Funds should be available in the business organization or in the company for making payments. So, if you need more liquidity, attend here everybody. Conclusion. What is the conclusion? If you need more liquidity, you will have to incur, you will have to bear more cost. Got it? What did I say? If you want, if you wish to have more liquidity, attend here everybody. If you wish to have more liquidity in your business, then you must be able to bear more cost also. Got it, everybody? So what is conclusion? In short, that liquidity and cost have direct relation in between. If you want to increase the liquidity, your cost also will be increased. Means what? Therefore, if there is a more liquidity is required in business, more cost shall have to be borne, and vice versa. कौन सी वर्षा? Vice versa. So, third point we have covered over here. I hope that all 3 points discussed so far is clear to all of you. Let me wrap this first, then we will discuss the fourth one. Okay.